Hey, what's going on? Jordan Sherwood, Wood on 1063 FatJackSports.com as we get you set for another fight trip to Fight Island, UFC Fight Island 1, Saturday night on ESPN, ESPN Plus, headlined by the Flyweight Championship rematch, if you will. Devison Figarito and Joseph Benavidez meet for the second time this year. They fought last February. It was a victory for Devison Figarito, a second round TKO stoppage of Joseph Benavidez. But Figueredo does not win the championship then because he missed weight. So now they rematch a couple of months later in Abu Dhabi. And it's intriguing for me because when the original fight took place, Joseph Benavidez was a near 2-1 favorite over Figueredo. This time around, after we saw what played out in their first fight, Figueredo is now the favorite, and both fighters did make weight today, Friday morning. So the fight is a go. It won't be one guy having the opportunity to win the championship. Looked at that fight several times this week in anticipation for Saturday. Figueredo was winning that fight basically from start to finish. He had an almost an armbar submission on Joseph Benavidez in the first round. He prevented the fight from going to the ground. And while Joseph Benavidez did land some significant strikes, they had caused Figueredo to pause in his tracks. Eventually, it was an accidental headbutt and then subsequent right hand that put Joseph Benavidez down and out, a TKO victory for Devison Figueredo. Figueredo has a 3.5, 4 inch, I believe, reach advantage. He showcased that in the first fight because Joseph Benavidez was circling. He thought he was out of danger, and Figueredo tagged him. It's my opinion that Figueredo has advantages almost everywhere in this fight, outside potentially in the cardio department. Joseph Benavidez might be able to outwork and outpoint Figueredo. This is a 5 round fight. It is a bigger octagon. So you do have to consider that when playing this card. But I think rightly so, Figueredo should be the betting favorite. And actually, that fight, as well as the prop bet for rounds, is one of our 5 recommended plays at FatJackSports.com. We also have a winner in the co-main event, the middleweight fight between Kelvin Gastelum, who's looking to jump off or get off the schneid of his 2-fight losing streak to Israel Adesanya and Darren Till, against Jack Hermansen, who is 4-1 in his last 5 fights. Should be an intriguing matchup, particularly for me in the first round. Jack Hermansen always looks to take the fight to the ground, and he is definitely a big middleweight and has outstanding top game, has some good submissions and some good wins in the 185-pound division. If this fight is standing, it's clear advantage for Kelvin Gastelum if he's right. Now, granted, he's got a terrible 2019 with the 2 losses. He apparently gained 30 pounds. He suffered some injury. If he's right, he's one of the best middleweights in the world. There's no argument there, despite being tremendously undersized. So actually, that fight is also a recommendation by us at FatJackSports.com. Looking at the rest of the main card, we do not have any other recommendations on the main card. An opinion would be Mark Diakisi over Rafael Ziv. We just think that Diakisi has clear advantages on the feet if he's right. Now, granted, he came in hot prospect, was unbeaten, then lost 3 in a row. He's bounced back, winning 2. He'll definitely have a significant power advantage and athleticism advantage, but Ziv should have a striking advantage. He's also a kickboxer, very patient kickboxer, so we'll have to wait and see. Not one of our recommended plays at FatJackSports.com, but an opinion that we like. Joel Alvarez over Joe Duffy. You can fetch Alvarez at nearly 3-1. We're not buying Joe Duffy anymore at 32, even though that's still relatively young. I mean, 7 years younger than me. We think Joe Duffy is on the downward spiral of his mixed martial arts UFC career. Joel Alvarez is a longer fighter, tall for the weight class, very good submissions, can definitely, I believe, outstrike Joe Duffy if this fight is standing. And if this fight goes to the ground, Alvarez should certainly have an advantage there. The other fights that we're looking at, we have a winner in the Grant Dawson Nad Narimani fight, so pay attention to that. And we also believe another recommendation, not one of our fight picks, Luana Carolina should be definitely given a hard look at against a queen of violence in Ariane Lipinski. So those are some recommendations. Should be an outstanding flyweight fight between Deiveson Figueiredo and Joseph Benavidez. Remember, 5 fights, all at fatjacksports.com, and a free winner in Carolina and Alvarez, 2 underdogs that we're recommending right now. As I always say, enjoy the fights.